Mayor competitividad. El coordinador del Consejo de Cámaras Industriales de País Colombia, González Tejeda, el anuncio del presidente de México, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, que el próximo año arranca la construcción de la línea 4 del tren hacia el sur de la ciudad, es una esperanza para la competitividad de las empresas. Sí, ¿verdad? Seguro la línea 4 traerá mayores beneficios más allá de la modernidad.
Ya no va a haber excusa de que...
No, va a ser, o sea, va a ser así bien rápido porque son bien poquitas estaciones. O sea, va a ser una estación aquí y la otra como a 3 kilómetros.
No problem.
I've been following you since last year, I think, and I like your music.
Oh, thanks.
Really, really like.
You've been digging it?
What?
I said you've been digging it?
I didn't understand. Even taking it? So my English is sometimes very limited. So if you speak slow.
Oh, like you've been rocking it. You've been enjoying it.
Yeah. Yeah, I have heard a couple of songs. No, a lot of songs like Gone Mad. Is it your last single?
Yep. The latest one. Yep.
Well, so I will translate. It's okay for you? Is it okay for you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Bueno, estoy, queridos soldiers, con Frank Palangi. Él es un músico de música alternativa, de rock alternativo. Les recomiendo que lo sigan en sus redes sociales como Frank Palangi o lo busquen como frankpalangi.com porque además de ser cantante, guitarrista, músico, da clases de guitarra, produce su propia música y es una excelente propuesta. I'm saying that I'm with Frank Palangi. He's an indie rock recording artist, singer, songwriter, guitarist, musician from New York. And I want you to listen to his music and follow him in social media like Frank Palangi. Right?
Thanks.
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous.
That's okay. I like the intros.
Okay. Well, Frank, tell me more about you. Who's Frank Palangi? Because you're not only a musician, you offer guitar lessons, sound mixing, recording studio services, and you're your own manager. You do everything.
Yeah, the one-man show pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I give guitar lessons. I've been in the recording stuff for a lot of years now, so I decided to self-produce my last 2 records. Little scary, but you know, it's cool. Get to know how everything works. And I've been playing guitar for about 20 years now, singing maybe like, 14 or 15 or something like that. But it's been ever since, I want to say not 9th grade, 7th grade, I started. So a couple of years ago. It's been fun.
Okay. Yep. You play drums. You also play drums, right?
Yeah, I play drums. I play bass guitar. Every record that you hear almost is me, bass guitar. I'll start off with the demo drums. I've got a kit, electronic kit behind me that I write all the parts and stuff, but then I get other people to actually perform the drums and record them in their studio.
So you play guitar, you play drums, you play all the instruments, you record your music, your own music, you sing, you write your music, you do everything.
The music videos, the promotions, the social media, it's pretty much a one-man show. Well, I'll work with like a few side people to help me on little things, but it's not like anybody's gearing me in a certain direction or anything. It's all just what's in here.
Sweet, man.
Yeah,
You
it's
do
a lot.
So do you have online class? Tell me about it, or face-to-face class?
For the lessons, the guitar lessons. Yeah, guitar lessons are, I do one-on-one. I would probably never do group lessons because everybody learns at different rates. So one-on-one I think is the best because you start at whether the beginner or they're a little bit, further down the road. And then some of them get interested in songwriting and then they can jump on to the recording part of my stuff on the side if they want to get an original song out or something. But yeah, that's how it starts. I teach mostly like 8-year-olds to 60-year-olds. It really doesn't matter.
For sure. Do you have online lessons?
I do. As of right now, everything's online because of the COVID stuff. I had people over before, but it's things have been down for quite a while now. I had a lot of students and stuff before this, and the COVID stuff just wiped her out.
Perfect. Um, where are you from? I think you're from New York.
Yeah, I'm from upstate New York. Everyone says New York. I have nothing to do with the city. The city's like 4 hours the other way. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, is it easy for you to be a musician in this part of New York? Which part of New York are you from?
It's near Albany, which is the capital. I don't know if I want to say it's easy. I mean, you still have access to a lot of things, but there's a lot of cover music up here, probably not as much original music, probably towards the city and Boston, even Philadelphia. There probably is more original music, but we're all kind of in a nice little circle where you can you do some traveling, of course, but you can get there. It's not too bad.
Well, once Julian Casablancas, the folk singer, said that when you make music in New York, maybe in the other part of New York, your sound as an artist is very particular. I mean, making music in New York gives you something special. What do you think about it? Is it true or?
I don't know. The area has never defined my music, to be honest. It's just what my influences were from 80s and 90s metal and rock and early 2000s. And none of those bands that I know, except for Godsmack. Godsmack's from Boston. As far as I know, they were the closest that I like. So I liked a lot of the LA bands, the California bands, the Nashville kind of style. So I don't know. Not a lot of them came from New York as far as what I love, what I like.
Your music, for me, sounds like the first Silverchair's albums, isn't it? Well, it's part of, but your music, it's very good. What kind of music do you play? Could you tell the audience?
Yeah.
Your music?
I mean, the stuff that influenced me were like Ozzy and Metallica and Megadeth and Rat. And then I jumped to, let's see, Godsmack, Rob Zombie, Power Man 5000, little Nirvana, that kind of grunge stuff, Foo Fighters, Daughtry, 3 Days Grace, Nickelback, Hinder, Saving Abel. And that's kind of where it stops. The last 10 years, there hasn't been a lot of influence for me. There was a Christian rock band called Decipher Down that came out with the last 10 years. They had a really cool sound. But I don't really relate a lot to the new stuff that's coming out. I think it's a little too, it's either too heavy or it's too digital. And, I'm old school. I like that feeling still. So.
Do you like Silverchair or maybe no?
Do I like what?
Silverchair, the band?
What band?
Silverchair? Uh-huh.
Oh, Silverchair. No, I've heard of them. I never listened to them. No.
Okay, you should, because your music is, well, it's not similar, but it sounds like in just a little part, but
Same vibe. Yeah. I could see that maybe a little bit. I've gotten a lot of they could definitely hear the Metallica. They could hear like the 3 Days Grace, and I've gotten some weird ones too, just off the ball. When I play acoustic, I like Johnny Cash too, and I like some different things. I cover that song, and then my voice totally kind of changes, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you sound kind of like Johnny Cash." But then I
Yeah,
just I switch it, and then it's like, "Oh, okay, you got that grittiness in your voice now."
that is.
Yep.
Yeah, I like your acoustic songs, and
Nice.
your sound is very alternative.
Yes, I
Wouldn't
agree
be
there.
with rock.
Yeah, yeah. It's not as metal. It's hinted, definitely hinted.
And some kind of grunge too.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And that probably has to deal with the recording quality and the kind of sound that I like. You know, because I don't like the mega digital stuff, so I still like kind of half analog, half digital. So it's got that feeling from the 90s that you loved, you know, but then it's not, you know, it wasn't recorded on tape, put it that way.
Okay. Well, long time ago, what do you think about the music industry in 2020? That's the first question.
It's gone downhill. I don't even know if there's an industry. There's a little bit industry. I could tell they're struggling. Everybody's struggling. Before this, the motto that the business stuff, the business end of everything, is kind of, it was working and not working at the same time. I mean, a lot of the record deals are kind of, they're just not worth it nowadays to just to give away, you know, everything and not make anything for 10 years or whatever. Um, as far as now, I don't know. As of right now, you know, there's been no concerts, and there's only been, you know, a little bit of been a lot of people recording. So it goes back to, you have to sell the music. You got to sell the record, right? So that's all we got left. So hopefully, maybe I know people like to stream, but if they download some of this new music coming out, that's kind of like the old days where they go and they bought the record because they like the artist or they like the cover or whatever it is, and then they got excited to see them again someday. So, you know, we are going to play out again sometime. I just don't know when. You know.
Well, long time ago, record companies used to rule the world. Now everybody can listen to music on YouTube, so you don't need to buy it. But exposure is all over the world. How does it benefit you as a musician or musicians in general? What do you think about it?
It's a 50-50 sided coin. Okay, you got exposure, which is the YouTube, the free streaming, the anybody can share it, anybody can listen to you. I'm sure if it was the old days, you probably would never hear from me unless I was on the radio. Um, but the other side of that is that you're not getting the money needed to keep, you know, your career going or to even have a career. So it's, even though it's you know, I could reach 1 billion people for free on YouTube, and that's great. But unless they're downloading the songs or supporting in some other way, you know, you can't make music out of thin air, you know, or tour or something like that without capital. So it's tough. It's tough. It's kind of like you enjoy the exposure, but you know, if that's your goal to do it as a career, it's really tough. It is tough. It pays pennies streaming. It doesn't pay enough.
So how can you earn money as a musician in the middle of the pandemic? How is it for
It's
you?
tough. Yeah, there's online shows, you know, to your current fans, your social media and stuff like that. You can sell tickets, you can sell your merch. I just been plugging my albums and some merch, and you know, there's fan clubs. There's you know, for me, like as a career, I've had to branch out with those lessons and recording and acting on the side and stuff, because the one source just isn't there right now. So I think you got to be somebody goes, you're a man of many hats, and I'm like, yeah, you kind of have to be, in a way.
For sure. Well, you as a musician, Frank, supporting new artists, engineers, singers, and people from music industry. I have seen it on your Instagram, and that job is amazing. So you talk with Robin Diaz, and I had an interview with Robin Diaz too. So
Yeah, he's an awesome guy. I saw that and I go, oh yeah, you had Robin. Yeah, I've been emailing and trying to get some people for these interviews, and I have to admit it started out of boredom in this in the pandemic because there was nothing much to do, and I go, what if I went through the list of some of the people that I know or I want to talk to, and maybe they'll do some of these interviews, and it's a way to keep my fans engaged and their fans fresh content and stuff, and it's different. It's not really an interview. It's like a sit down chat and you get to know each other. And then all of a sudden we talk about topics that aren't even related to anything. You know what I mean? So I love it, but that's going to be branching out. I'm going to be doing it for two New York magazines coming up. So we're going to try a couple episodes and see where it goes. So that's kind of, it wasn't my goal to start with, but now that's kind of my goal of, okay, if I can do this for a couple magazines and talk to the artists and start to get some connections and then go from there. Who knows,
congrats. That's
Thanks.
so you have this connection with people by email
Or
or by
Facebook or
social
Instagram.
media,
Yep.
Facebook. Have you played with another bands? Have you going on tour with a band or only with your project?
Yeah, I mean, I've opened up for some people. I've do before this. I did a lot of cover gigs, acoustic. Whether that's fundraisers, restaurants, events, whatever. But any chance I get, like we opened up for Three Doors Down. We played with Kip Winger. We played with Jack Russell Great White. I did Lacey from Flyleaf. We did a festival. We opened up for it. I had Megadeth, Shinedown, 6 a.m. and all in the same day. So that was pretty cool. We did a lot of shows with Fuel and Trapped too in New York. It's mostly because it's tough. Everyone's like, we want you to tour, and I go, I would love to someday, but it's just the cost and stuff like that is a lot. So I tend to stay in this Northeast area. So as long as I can drive to it, you know what I mean? I can open up for these guys. But going to California, which is other side of the country, is like, for like two shows, it's impossible.
But you're the whole band. You're the only member of your band. So
Yeah.
when you play your shows, you have to have a band, right?
Yeah, I've did it every way you can think of. I've did a solo acoustic. I've done electric to my tracks from my records. I take out the vocals and I take out certain parts and I totally remix it. I do it that way. Or I've done a 4-piece. I've done a 3-piece band. Right now we're actually a 2-piece band, so it's just me and the drummer, and then we use a backing track for the bass and some of the extra stuff, which seems to work out the best because then I only worry about one other guy, and it's the guy, holding down the beat, and he's right there.
You're very good as a drummer, as a guitarist, as a singer, as a manager.
Yeah.
Um, um, Wait, I had a question and I have lost. Well, which are your favorite bands? New bands.
New bands?
Mhm.
Well, I mean, I got into Decipher Down. I don't know what you'd call a new rock band nowadays. I mean, a lot of the bands I like are kind of they're 10 years old now. So to me, they're still new. But
Can you repeat the last part? I couldn't hear you.
I said a lot of the bands I like are 10 years old now. So it's they still feel new. But
Oh,
I don't. There's
right.
like no bands I've listened to that are new within the past 5 years that are on like a label or something that I really follow. It's a lot of them are from 2010, 2008, that kind of range.
People said new bands are not as good as old bands, and
No, they're good. They're still good. The problem is, well, go ahead.
You can't find it, or maybe you can find them everywhere, and that's for why it's very difficult to find one band that you like. Maybe
Yes,
that.
and they're not telling us who are the new bands, who are the big bands. You know what I mean? We're discovering it ourselves. So like in the 80s and 90s and 70s or whatever, a record would come out and they would tell you on the radio, on TV, that this is who it is, this is going to be the next big band, yada yada. So you get behind it. Now it's your decision, and the only problem is you know, you're only one person, and then you almost have to try to convince and get all these other people and stuff on board and say this guy is going to be the next thing, you know. So it's I don't know. I kind of miss the old way they did it, because I think you had a better shot at getting on radio, like the music videos and stuff like that. Like there's no rock MTV in the US or anything anymore. So a lot of it is, I don't know. A lot of it's kind of up in the air, you know. It's
Wait, I can't see you. Wait,
oh,
wait a minute. Oh my God, where are you?
I can see me.
I can't see you. Ah, okay, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I talked with Kevin Martin from Candlebox,
Yes.
and I did the same question. We talked about the new bands, and he said we have to go to the shows, and if you travel to a city, you have to um, to go to the shows from this city. You
Yeah.
have to discover new bands by concerts or by listening, and yeah, it's different. You're right. Now
Yeah.
it's different
Yeah.
with social media, but you have a lot of followers, Frank.
Yeah, I mean, I've had my profiles up for almost 10 years on some of them, so I've had, you know, a big journey. So it's been nice. The only thing is like getting to a little different topic is the social media of what it allows people to see, because it actually limits your audience. Even though you could be friends with 5,000 people, they're not going to reach that many because they want you to pay for every post and stuff. So it's kind of ridiculous in that sense.
For sure. What is your website, your Facebook, Instagram, YouTube channel?
Yeah, you can go to frankpalangi.com. It's Palangi. Just type my name in on Google or Yahoo. I still use Yahoo, and you'll find everything. It's me handling everything. So if you shoot me a message or whatever, it's always me. But yeah, it's everywhere. iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Pandora, Deezer. Google Play is going away, so I'm on there right now, but they're doing away with it soon. Um, but anywhere you think of, just type in my name and you'll find me.
Or do you have a new project, a new song, new album, or Gone Mad is the new one?
Yeah, Gone Mad is from the new EP, Bring On the Fear. I have a music video I'm trying to shoot for the Bring On the Fear song, so I'll probably release that next. And then I do have a new single for next year. It's already done, so I'm just waiting.
One song, or how many songs will you have?
Just one song, and guess who's on it? Robin is actually on the song.
Plays in this song?
Yep. Yeah, he does drums. Yep.
Okay. You both recorded in the same place, or he
No, because of
shared
COVID stuff, digital. Yeah, back and forth.
digital?
Yep. And Riley Bria from American Idol, he does some lead guitar on the new single.
I can't wait for listen your song.
You'll like it. It's a little different, but it's cool.
I like your music, Frank. It's very good. I'm your fan.
Thanks.
I can't remember your song's name, the name of the songs, but I have seen I have heard a lot of songs on YouTube and your social media, and I
Yeah.
said, oh, this guy is very cool.
Thanks.
Say a final message for Rock and Soul audience. We are a radio station, so something like, "Hi, I'm Frank Palangi. Listen to my music. I'm whatever you want to say."
Okay. Hey, what's going on? Frank Palangi here. I'm a rock artist from upstate New York. Been doing music for, I don't know, like 10 or more years full time now, but I have a new record. It's Bring On the Fear, and you can download that at any spot where you guys find music. But I appreciate you having me on here, and you'll definitely hear more from me. So no plan B. Remember that.
So, do you have a message for humanity? What would you like to say to humanity? A message.
Be
General.
careful.
Be careful.
Yes.
Be careful.
Be careful in the way that things are going, whether it's digital, too much. I don't know, explain it.
It's okay. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's a hard subject, but yeah, I would definitely go with digital, the resources. We have to be, with the next 10 years, we got to be really careful, because I do my research on a lot of that kind of stuff. I like it. I watch documentaries or look up stuff on the internet, but it's got to, it's hard to know what's real nowadays too, with a lot of fake news and stuff out there. But yeah, we all have to be careful, and we have to kind of think about it more of, is it more important? Yeah, the technology. Yeah, don't, because it's going to start to run us, and even I noticed social media and stuff, it's all about making money and ads rather than it being a tool, as what the guy who made Apple originally said. He wanted a computer to be a tool. It's not a tool anymore. It's a money making thing. You're cutting out.
Well, Frank, it's cutting.
Oh, there you go. You're back now.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Frank, thanks a lot for this interview. Thanks a lot for your time. I'm sorry for my English.
That's right. No, it's perfect.
I'm still learning, but I enjoy this interview. So thank you so much.
No problem. I appreciate it. Anytime. Just let me know.
Thank you. Is there another band that I can interview or having a meeting soon?
Yeah.
Would you suggest me another new band?
Yeah, I can send you some names and some links. I can do that.
I will appreciate it.
All right, I'm sure they will. We got a couple from my area that are off from the TV shows like the American Idol and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure they would do it, and some of the people I've interviewed probably will do it too.
Thank you. Would you like to say something more?
I don't know. I'm kind of if you ask a question, I'd probably have an answer, but I can't really think of anything. I don't know.
Don't worry. Okay. For me, it's okay. So, thanks a lot.
All right. Appreciate it.
We'll keep in touch.
Yeah. Chat soon. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, have a nice day.
You too. I'll see you later.
See you.
All right.